Hey, welcome to DarkMatch. I'm Tifus. Life sucks, and here's the show.
I'm the Revolver Man.
Come together. This is Magpie.
And I'm your foxy friend Backlash. And as usual, it is time for What's Iron Sheik Tweeting Now? The Pee-wee Herman, I meet you at the WrestleMania with my agent's Paige Midge, and I love you, you intelligent Jew.
Oh, shit. You and your Jews.
I'm not even sure if Pee-wee Herman is a Jew.
Sheik said he's a Jew. He's a Jew.
Well, were they ever kosher in the Playhouse when they had lunchtime?
Nothing in the Playhouse was kosher, nor was it halal.
The toilet would talk back to you.
I believe
That's the shit it had to put up with.
I personally believe that house would probably be declared satanic in nature if it was ever looked over by any man of the cloth.
So, wrestling show.
This house is clean.
Yeah, so we've kind of forgotten we're a wrestling show, so...
Well, hey, we're just like WWE then.
We are an action soap opera show.
Yes.
WWE, get the wrestling out.
If you haven't heard, there is a list of banned terms in WWE now, and wrestling is banned, match is banned, so, look forward to Entertainment Mania 28.
Fight is banned.
Belt is banned.
Pretty much any reference to,
You can't say belt?
No.
Nope.
What a fucking moron. Ah.
He's joking Justin Roberts with that leather strappish thing that holds pants up.
With gold decorations and his name placed right on there.
Yeah, it's going to be the gold leather circle. That's what they're going to call it.
Oh, my stomach hurts just hearing this.
This is a throwback to that item of international descent age.
It's that thing that gets passed around like every other month to one of the people we have working for us.
Our general prop.
Yep. All right. Kicking it off with Monday Night's Raw from April 11th.
2011.
Yeah, woohoo. Show starts off with John Cena coming out, and
you forgot Michael Cole.
Oh, fuck Michael Cole.
We don't care.
He's in his little box where he belongs. Too bad no one forgot to take the microphone out of it.
Or throw tear gas in there while he was talking.
Yeah. Well, it's got holes in it. It's ventilated.
Yeah, still, tear gas would hurt. Go on.
All right, anyway. So, Cena comes out, and he's jaw-jacking about, fighting The Rock at WrestleMania 28. It's a fucking year later, man. Let's focus on the now.
Well, as some people have pointed out, by announcing it now, The Rock can't pull out of it without looking like a major douchebag.
I never thought of that.
That's true. And with his schedule, it kind of makes sense. You have to book things a year out. But...
Oh no, I can't shoot Fast and the Furious 6. I have to be at WrestleMania.
I can't shoot Fast and direct to DVD.
I was supposed to take over Vin Diesel in The Pacifier 2.
No.
Triple X 3X's? What? I can't do it? Scheduling conflict, you bastards.
The Pacifier takes on the Tooth Fairy in the greatest team-up since Yeast met Vagina.
What do you mean I don't have time in my schedule to film Tooth Fairy 7? I need to get new agents. Where's Iron Sheik? I need to give that guy a call.
Oh, Rock, I think your reputation just might possibly be ruined.
It's not. It's fine. It's just it's a black eye right now. It's not on Hogan level ruined.
Hey! He hasn't made Mr. Nanny yet.
No,
Dude, he hasn't been on a center commercial.
Tooth
I think
Fairy
that's an compliment.
I'm going to say, Tooth Fairy is his Santa with muscles.
Oh, but what's going to be his, as Magpie said...
Game plan is Mr. Nanny.
I was going to ask, what's going to be his Rent-A-Center commercial, as Magpie pointed out?
Huh?
Scorpion King?
He's going to be doing commercials for Best Buy.
Or Rent-A-Center.
Costco.
Walmart.
Just bring it
focusing on
down to Costco and get a great deal on bulk items.
focusing on the now, though, John Cena cuts his promo saying, "Now I have to win the belt and make this match better." And cue Randy Orton's music.
I want the belt. No, I want the belt. No, I want the belt.
And then cue John Morrison.
John Morrison, or as we like to say, future endeavored.
Yeah, please don't screw up your career. I believe in you, Morrison.
He's already fucked it up. You see what happens later on the show, you know he fucked it up.
Yeah, I stick with that theory. If we're talking about the same thing, which I'm pretty sure we are.
Yeah, John Morrison comes out, then Dolph Ziggler with Vicky Guerrero.
I guess
She
Dolph
does something pretty funny here. She comes out and she's like, "Excuse me! I'm going to challenge for the title. Just kidding, here's Dolph Ziggler."
It's the interruption gauntlet, and then we get our next surprise, which is R-Truth.
I'm fired.
Yeah, there's R-Truth comes out.
R-Truth.
R-Truth. Oh my god. Like, he's still going for the belt? Wow.
He has not been on TV the last few months.
Did you guys notice when they started peppering the guys out? Like, Cena got his obvious pop, Orton got his pop, Morrison, and then everyone hated Vicky and Dolph, and then R-Truth comes out and people are like, "Yay, yay, it's R-Truth."
Where's his cheerleader?
She's holding a meaningless title.
We'll see her later tonight, though.
Refresh my memory. Is he singing "What's Up" or "Get Crunked"?
He's back.
What's up?
All right.
And Cole immediately shits on this. And Cole immediately shits on this R-Truth. I have so much problems with this guy. Michael Cole, racist? You guys decide.
Well, we know he's homophobic, so racist isn't on the realm of possibility.
He's homophobic? I've seen that ridiculous thing he wore at WrestleMania. No homophobe would wear that.
Wow.
Let alone get carried off by Jack Swagger like he was the bride. "Oh, Swagger, take me away."
We don't need that.
All right, for any of you collegiate level amateur wrestlers out there that want to take that issue up with Magpie, we'll have his address and phone number posted on the Tumblr site.
Oh, fuck you, Tiefus.
I do not need to know if Jack Swagger is a bottom or a top.
Well, you're the one who said that, not me.
You're the one who brought it up.
You're the one who said bottom and top.
You're the one who was talking about gay marriage.
Listen, I don't need to hear about your repressed sexuality. Let's just get on with the show.
You're the one who brought up that time at summer camp.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
so...
they're all arguing about, I want the title.
Then the email...
This is oddly missing still. The Rock's not even involved, and he's still not even the center of attention when it comes to the title match. So, the fucking GM chimes in. "Oh, we're going to have a new style of match tonight. It's going to be crazy and innovative. And
it's a fucking gauntlet.
Challenge anyone? Fuck you." The match is set for later on tonight. It's a fucking gauntlet, fucking mini Royal Rumble kind of match. It's stupid. We'll
get to it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we cut to commercial. When we come back, there's another thing for Awesome Kong.
Which gives me so much hope. How would you get...
How about we kill this hope, Magpie? Because up next, Brie Bella versus Eve Torres.
Excuse me. Ah! Okay, had to get it out.
Okay.
Oh.
Speaking of screaming when you say someone's name, Jarrett.
Ah!
I love it.
Fuck you, Tiefus!
Eve?
Okay, so So in this match, we're treated to a title defense of a meaningless title against the Bellas. Oh, sorry, Evil Bellas, because they frown.
Yes, it's amazing how easily you can turn your alignment when you're a diva.
Yeah, just switch up your wardrobe to darker colors and start frowning, and then say loser a lot.
Yeah, I'm talking about. This is like WWE highlighting their void of charisma black holes.
Do we even really have to talk about this?
Well,
yeah, because Eve actually comes up with a decent way to overcome twin magic, making one of them put an X and magic marker on her hand.
But here's the thing about that. Why didn't the referee, knowing that these guys do that, just been like, "Hey, you, on the side of the corner. Yeah, you, Bree, or whatever the fuck you are. Get the hell out of here." No, leave.
You know what? He could do that. Then again, I would have taken advantage of the magic marker and made her do a Hitler mustache.
Oh my god.
And then when the network complains about it, just been like, what? It's a chaplain.
No, technically it's called a push broom.
I hope somebody who works in the WWE watches this show, or sorry, listens to this show, and was like, Hitler mustache. I haven't thought of that. And then we have
Android Magpie, everybody.
Danger. Shitty match.
And now it's not doing it. All right. All right. So yeah, pretty much it goes down to they try to do the twin magic, but Eve makes sure the referee sees her hand, so she gets thrown out of the ring just in time for the other one to jump back in the ring and get the surprise pin out of nowhere for the title.
Yep, so the Breeze are going to win the title, and they're going to do the exact same thing that Lay Cool did with the title.
I can't believe this. Brie Bella is our Divas champion. Brie Bella is our Divas champion.
Guys,
Backlash, you're making my brain hurt.
A fucking... It's the last nail in the coffin.
You know what? At least it's not the women's title.
No, you know what it's going to lead to? Awesome Kong eating her on a pay-per-view to win the title.
And I actually been meaning to talk to you guys. How do you, if you were to book Awesome Kong, or how would you like to see Awesome Kong be booked in the WWE? Obviously, I think we share the opinion
eating
that
the Bella Twins. I just said it. She has to eat the Bella Twins.
Well, right, but what are the other divisions like? Do you want to see that spread out? Like, should she kill all the crappy divas who are awful? Kill them first, and then as they get to the Gail, Melina, and Natty, those are the ones to give her challenges, and then Beth's the only one that can actually probably beat her. That's the way I like to see it done.
I'd rather see Nadia.
I'd rather see her come in and be like the valet for Sin Cara. I'd just, take it in a whole different direction.
Well, if they ever decide not to use her anymore, they'll probably just make her Mark Henry's valet or something.
Yeah.
Oy.
Which is my greatest fear, and I hope that doesn't happen.
Anyways, after that...
hire Viscera back, and they could have, the stable, big, beautiful black people.
Oh, man.
It's funny, and I'm half offended at the same time. No, I'm kidding.
And before No Leaf tries to fire me, my PayPal account's attached to the fucking Blip account. Beat that, bitch.
He's got the network. Oh, wrong show, sorry.
Ethics? What's ethics? Alright, so we go to commercial, we come back from commercial, and Eve is upset. And Gail Kim walks up and tries to cheer her up, and useless shit.
Yeah, we don't care.
Yeah.
Well, I keep hoping. Whenever Gail Kim shows up, I keep hoping, are they finally going to do something with her? And then, a week later, I'm like, oh, no, they aren't. So, that's it. I'm not getting my hopes up anymore.
Yeah.
Sigh. WWE, sigh.
Sigh, next thing.
Sin Cara!
Yes!
Sin Cara!
Versus Primo Cologne, who's already out in the ring. You know what? I think this might be a small measure to see what's coming.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, for Primo getting the jobber entries, he has some good offense on this match. I thought it was just going to be, they're going to send Sin Cara out there, he does 3 different moves that are spectacular, and Primo gets no offense whatsoever, but it was a well-paced match. I mean, I think it did, except for that one botch, it debuted Sin Cara very well and showed off his athleticism.
Yeah, but that botch is going to cost him, though.
Yeah, he had that very good match, but I keep hoping he doesn't get the Ultimo Dragon treatment after that botch.
I was just about to say, well, he might not because this wasn't WrestleMania, but he could very well be going to that path of the Ultimo.
Which we hope that doesn't happen.
Well, after all the fucking money and the promos they've put into him, I sure hope not.
Hey, this is Vince. Vince has no problem wasting millions to bury somebody. See the invasion.
Dr. Death.
That was not. He was not burying Dr. Death. That was Russo's own dumbassity.
Yeah, but he was the one that said, "Brawl for all, let's do it."
Yes, but he was not doing that to bury. They legitimately thought that Dr. Death was going to win, and he got caught with a surprise right hook.
All right, well, it was just a stupid decision, not a burial.
Exactly.
My apologies.
They learned what every MMA fan knows. There's no such thing as a sure fight.
I love MMA, but moving on to wrestling.
Yes.
Wrestling.
There's another.
back,
There's
see.
the beginnings of the promo. The beginning of the teasing of the Edge retirement.
Yeah. This is really one of those moments, like, when you hear, like, Edge retiring, and it's like, wow, I did not expect that to happen, I expected that to happen in the future, but I put off, like, him retiring, like, way later. It's very surreal. Do you guys agree with me on that? Like, oh shit, Edge is actually ending it right now?
Very
Yeah,
much so.
he's done. He's done. It's real.
Apparently, his neck is buggered again.
I'm just glad, though, he was able to catch it and just, like, fix it for now, so he'd be able to live his life comfortably.
He's being smart, unlike another certain somebody that we'll get to later.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we'll rip that guy apart.
And also, I'd like to say, like, I was really pissed, and I think a lot of you guys were really pissed that his match was the opener at WrestleMania. Now I kind of get why they did that. I mean, if he could have put on a much longer, much better match, I'm sure he would have, but I can kind of understand.
As far as matches go that WrestleMania, his match was not short.
No. I mean, it wasn't the core match, that's for sure.
Yeah, but it felt like for a title match at WrestleMania, it should have been a lot longer.
It's
No,
like
that's kind of how most of the matches come off, though. They could have, for WrestleMania, they should have been a lot more than what they were. But
hey, it was a lot better than the fucking WWE.
The what? Well, anyway, like, on one hand, I get, like, since we now know about his injury, okay, I get putting it in the front, but on the other hand, like, me liking Edge, I would love to see him, like, close to the top of the card, defending it, and just like, oh, I'm on the top of the card, I defended the belt, and now I can just retire as a champion. But it's bittersweet, because I see this as one way, and then I see it the other way, so, you know.
Yeah. But, you know, for the last couple of years, though, he's been talking about retiring within a few years anyway, so, I mean...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's his decision, and this is what he wants to do, and he felt like he did everything in his career, which he has a great career. Go right for it.
This wasn't really his decision. I mean, he was thinking about it. It was something he was not opposed to, but health just forced his hand.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, that's all there is to it. But getting back to the show, though, yeah. We get the
It's
Core
time
versus
for stupidity.
Yeah, the Core comes out
It
and
is
they're
time
talking
for
about how fucking awesome they are, and all of a sudden Santino walks out with Evan Bourne, Mark Henry, and Daniel Bryan.
Name five people you wouldn't suspect to be in one stable.
Wait. I believe we missed something where the Core decides to jump The Rock and Cena.
No, that was last
Yeah, they
week.
were talking about how it didn't...
That was a recap. We're not doing recaps.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
All right, fair enough.
But they're teasing some infighting within the Core a little bit, but you know. Anyway, those four guys come out, and Santino's got the mic. Out of all four of them, Santino has the mic. And he's like, "You are the Core. We'll take a look at this. We are Apple." And it's like, wow.
And you thought the name The Core was dumb.
You know what? Santino is now the tall hornswoggle to me.
I think it's awesome. I actually got into that, and I kind of wish they'd keep the whole Apple stable going. Just
the problem is if they do, Carlito's gonna sue.
Yeah, fuck Carlito.
My hope is if they do this stable for the long term, like if this stable is just made to defeat the Core, that's fine, and then they break up. I just don't want this stable to just stay as it is and slow down like Evan Bourne's career and Danielson's solo career. I don't want it. That's my only fear.
Come on, Magpie, I have to hold you there. How the fuck could you slow down Evan Bourne's career anymore unless you literally made him come out covered in hog shit and called him a farmer?
Well, I like to see an improvement. Like, okay, we didn't use him we used him, but let's push him to be a good singles guy. Let's push him for the U.S. title. I want to see a rejuvenation. I want to see that guy get.
Magpie, when you become a billionaire, you can book it the way you like. But for now, we got to stick in reality.
Well, actually, if I become a billionaire, buying Canada and burning it, but that's another time.
Well,
Wow.
well, I kind of like the fact that it's actually quite a while since we've actually had a real babyface stable of guys, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It has, hasn't it?
I really can't. Maybe the Hart Dynasty, if you count that as a stable.
They're technically a stable.
Just two guys and a valet, but I don't know. I'll count that.
That's the closest we got for God knows how long. Maybe DX was a tag team. That's probably about it.
You don't really get too many stables of good guys. It's mostly a bad guy thing, so they can use the numbers advantage kind of thing.
True.
Yeah.
But, at least it's not like that other promotion in America that's the number one wrestling company in North America right now, where the good guys, despite not forming an actual stable, are too stupid to even put their differences aside just to get the better of the bad guy stable for at least one night.
Please, let's reserve that shit for another night.
Anyways,
Jarrett.
Ah!
So yeah, Santino, Bourne, Henry, and Daniel Bryan come out, and they job to the core.
Yeah.
Well, on one hand, I'm glad the core showed dominance, but after the WrestleMania, the short match, it's like, if you're trying to have...
two guys.
Hmm?
And then getting beat up by two guys the following night on Raw.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? The core's... Anybody who lays down for the Cobra, in my opinion, no longer has credibility. So the core no longer has credibility for me, even before the Rock Cena crushing of them.
Oh, you can't hate on the Cobra that much. I mean, I honestly don't understand the hate towards Santino for that kind of stuff, because that's his character. And it's over. It really is. And if there's anyone that can have a comedy gimmick that gets over it for the long haul, I think it's going to be Santino.
Well, he's already got it for the long haul. He's been doing this for like 2 years now.
And he had 2 IC championships and a tag title.
The honky. Remember the honky meter?
Yeah, he's like the illegitimate cousin of Sakura Hiroto. If you don't know who that is, look it up. She's fucking hilarious.
Do it.
Oh, Lord.
So, yeah,
Well, Magpie, you obviously need to stay longer for the after shows. But anyways, after that, the core does more teasing of the breakup that we'll get to on SmackDown.
Gabriel and Slater are all buddy-buddy, and Barrett's just kind of on the outs with everyone.
Wait, they're breaking up? No.
Damn!
Hey, at least Barrett can take pride that he lasted with credibility far longer than the new Nexus did.
Yeah, he did.
But anyways...
It took 4 people to destroy the core. It took Randy Orton no pressure at all to destroy the new Nexus.
And we'll get to them, too.
Yeah, they come back. But moving on to a segment that should have ended at WrestleMania.
Well, I think CM should have gone over at WrestleMania, but that's neither here.
Well, no, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about this other segment that should have ended at WrestleMania.
Go on, Tiefus.
All right, so Jerry Lawler is supposed to face Jack Swagger tonight, and if he wins the match, he gets to pick the stipulation for his rematch against Cole. If Cole wins, he gets to pick the stipulation.
No. If Cole,
it was
Cole gets to retire undefeated in his...
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Who cares? This sucks.
Yeah.
Hey, it gets Jim Ross out there.
Yeah, we got JR.
It's pretty much quiet the entire time.
Unless JR comes out with a chainsaw and then gets through the coal mine and then uses it on Michael Cole, I don't care.
Wait. Wouldn't he have to use a pickaxe if he's going through a coal mine?
That'd be hilarious.
But then that's just semantics. But yes, Jerry Lawler versus Jack Swagger.
In this match, God, it was slow, it was boring.
It was King versus Swagger. What do you expect? Swagger, who I like.
That's not about what you're going to get. But, I mean, Swagger could have done a lot more.
Yeah.
But
you noticed when he lost and they did the up close of him, he was doing his best impersonation of Don Knotts, shocked. He's like, what? Oh.
Swagger face. Anyways.
This match was complete with more copyright infringements of Kurt Angle.
Yes.
Anyway, I digress. Jerry Lawler wins. And after the match, he's celebrating with JR, and Cole gets in Swagger's face looking pissed off, and they start bickering, and Cole actually slaps Swagger.
It wasn't even a convincing slap. It wasn't even a convincing slap. It was just like, Swagger, I'm mad at you. Take that, you mean brute.
Yes, and then Lawler announces that his match will be a tag match with Lawler and Ross taking on Cole and Swagger.
Because if there's anything I want to see, it's JR with Bell's palsy in a match. I mean, no disrespect to JR, but come on, guys. This is like Hulk Hogan at a back brace level match quality.
No, Hulk Hogan doesn't have any respect. Jim Ross does, so he can be in a shitty match and people will still love Jim Ross. Well, Hogan, on the other hand, doesn't have that.
Well, ignoring that, why didn't we get to see Jerry Lee Lawler why didn't we get to see the match is Jerry Lawler gets an assault rifle match?
That would have worked too. But,
Or Cole starts with a bomb tied around his neck match.
Like Battle Royale?
Exactly.
But yeah, so Cole and Swagger are pissed at each other.
Although, this will come to a weird head on SmackDown later on the show.
Oh, don't worry, guys. Those two will have awesome makeup sex.
We'll get to that later.
Anyway,
thank you, Magpie, for making sure I don't sleep for the rest of the weekend.
You're welcome.
Anyways, we get a hype video of Undertaker and Triple H, and, well, there's nothing more that needs to be said about that match.
We had to recap it, and we know it was a good quality match. I mean, it happened. Let's move on with the current.
So, in kind of a aneurysm moment, we see Edge talking to John Cena, and they shake hands.
Aww.
Because it's not like I've tried to murder you, Cena. And it's not like
I tried to drown you, Edge.
It's not like I tried to show your girlfriend naked on public TV. I mean, that was just, come on, man. I mean, we're cool now, right?
It's not like I tried to ruin your career in the WWE.
It's not like I threw you in a filthy, filthy pond. I mean, river, whatever it was.
Yeah. It's once again, if it hasn't happened in 2 months, it never happened.
Yeah, but you can kind of forgive it though because the whole thing with Edge retiring kind of breaks kayfabe in and of itself.
Yeah, it's pretty clear that they're not doing this like they're shooting, but they're doing good shooting, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's appropriate. I mean,
yes, it's
there's a guy who's giving it his all in his ring. Literally, he's left his health in the ring.
Oh,
and give him a proper send off. Old rivals, when they retire, they become friends. That's Apollo Creed and Rocky. Come on.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Oh, I do have a comment though. I am shocked to hear that Edge is an 11-time champion, considering he won his first one just like 5 years ago. He's had nearly 2 reigns a year on average.
Yeah, but most of them were fairly short.
True, but still, it's like, wow, he got close to Flair territory in 6 years.
He's only 2 shy of Triple H.
That's incredible. That's kind of a shame that he didn't reach that.
Well, he's also got the record for most titles held in the WWE period.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Isn't he like a fucking 85-time tag champion or something?
Damn near. If you've been on the roster and you haven't held the tag title with Edge in the last 10 years, there's something wrong with you.
Well, they said it's like 31 titles, but that includes like WWE World Heavyweight, Intercontinental, and Tag all together.
It's a shame
and
he hasn't won. It's a shame he hasn't won the U.S. championship then, so he could.
But he's not American.
No, he did win the U.S. championship when they mixed it. Didn't they have a match where they retired that belt and just like put together with the IC belt or something?
Right.
Yeah, I guess.
The WCW U.S. championship.
Yeah.
Does that count? Because if it does,
that would count.
We can
Close enough. It counts. We're counting it.
That means that Edge is a complete champion. He's held.
So they count The Rock and Jericho as WCW champions.
That means that Edge has held every title WWE has had to offer him.
Except for the European.
Nope, he won that.
He's won
that was already combined before him.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure.
I swear to God, he won that singly.
He had to have won that at some point. I mean, they didn't combine that with the IC championship until like 2002.
Well, until proven wrong, I'm going to say that Edge is a complete champion.
I'm going to go with that sentiment. Good job, Revolver Man.
Thank you.
Even if he hasn't, he's already got way too many accolades to take anything away from him anyway.
Exactly.
So,
we'll get to that later, though.
Yeah.
Back to commercial. Josh Matthews is joining Lawler and Raw. But it's not that, but that leads to also Edge coming out, and well, as far as it's been determined, this is completely real.
Yeah, if we're not really going to talk about this too much, just because our words can't really give it justice.
Mm-hmm.
And we've
If you
already
haven't seen
talked
it,
about
go
it.
look up the video on WWE.com.
Yes.
It was a sincere speech. He meant every word. It was great to see.
He was on the verge of tears the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
This is a match. I also want to say, I really applaud Edge for. He clearly doesn't want to retire, but he's smart enough to retire.
Yeah. I'll admit though, I'm one of those guys who. I'm sorry to trample over you, Tivas. I did for a long period of time. I did take Edge for granted. I told you the story where he was at the Wrestling Union weekend, and I walked right past him and didn't even bother to shake his hand. But
how dare you?
He's one of those guys. Just when I pegged,
You are fired.
I didn't want to bug him. He was having dinner.
No, get off the show. Go to
anyway,
the gym.
Going on though.
You're not a part of this anymore. You're done.
Up yours. Go smoke a pipe. But he's one of those guys to me. Just when I would peg him as boring, he would always do something.
And
all right.
Anyway,
for me, he's been around since a little bit before I got into wrestling, and he, like you said, he's always just found a way to reinvent himself right when he needed to. He's been able to help keep other people fresh, like John Cena.
John Cena's career was basically saved by Edge back in 06.
Oh yeah, yeah. Edge provided him the appropriate heel to play off his character against.
Yeah, after fucking 3 months of Kurt Angle doing every damn fucking thing he could to get booed and being loved for it.
So he's done his job.
Yes. He's one of the few heels that can still keep doing his job when he needs it.
Yeah. So I think it's appropriate. He goes out on top. He's one of the few people that gets to retire as a world champion and vacate the title.
Which good for him. After his career, he deserves to retire.
Exactly, but something I've observed ever since Vince screwed Brett out of the title, it seems to be all the Canadians get to retire with the title now. Trish, now Edge. It's just something I've observed.
You're either going to retire a champion or you're going to die from painkillers after they release you.
Oh.
What? It's true.
Let's move on, people. Let's move on. Contenders Gauntlet match. Randy Orton
boy.
versus Dolph Ziggler versus John Morrison versus John Cena versus R-Truth. Also, hold it. I lost it.
Yeah, pretty much this match consists of two guys start, and after so long another person gets entered in the ring, kind of like the Royal Rumble, but instead of being an over-the-top rope challenge, you have to pin each other. But it's not 6 people in there, so it's not a six-pack challenge or anything. So, yeah, there you go. That's the match. We start out with Randy Orton and Dolph Ziggler, and the new Nexus comes out. Sans CM Punk. It's McGillicuddy, Otunga, and Mason Ryan come out and just beat the shit out of Orton. And Ziggler takes advantage and eliminates him.
I honestly guess that the new Nexus Orton thing is still going to keep going.
I thought they all got thrown back to FCW, but I guess Vince still has plans with these guys, but I don't really see what they can do now.
Well,
the new Nexus has been completely buried at every turn.
Well,
you know what? I think if they break away and they're just their own entity, minus like some established superstar, they still have a chance because I think Punk overshadowed them.
Well, if they work it like they think Punk held them back, I could see them recovering. But if they go back with Punk, that's going to be the problem. But
yeah, because that was
or does nothing end at WrestleMania anymore? Remember, that's when shit ended.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. The next entrant is R-Truth. Why are you in this match?
Wait, hold it, because it's going to get even better by the time this match ends.
Oh, dear God.
It's Ron. The truth is you don't belong in this title picture. Killings.
How fucking old is R-Truth, anyways? He's got to be, in his
30s.
40s.
He's in his 30s.
Because he was way back in WCW.
Yeah. He was in
Hey, I-
WCW. He was in WWF as K Quick, if anybody remembers. Then he was released, went independent, went on TNA, became the first African American NWA championship, which is wow. In the 2000s, that's how long it took.
Congratulations. They still beat the WWE to that.
But anyway, Truth eliminates Ziggler. Sorry, Zig. And out comes John Morrison. I'll let you handle this, Tiefus, as you seem to be the most animated of us, and I believe this calls for
God. Yeah, okay. Out comes Morrison, and so it's Truth, Morrison, and Ziggler in the ring right now. They shake hands, and Morrison tries to get the quick pin on Truth, but he kicks out of it. They both turn on Ziggler, I think it is, right? Isn't that what happened? I don't know. A bunch of shit happens. Morrison tries to hit the Starship Pain and doesn't do anything. He misses. And Truth gets the pin on Morrison and eliminates him. This is what happens when you snub a legend, Morrison.
This is
your just desserts.
This is what happens when you decide to stick with your whore of a girlfriend.
Morrison,
I knew what was going on, so that means it's not cheating. It's like, do you approve? It doesn't matter. I knew what was happening, so it's not cheating.
Morrison, you are quite possibly the dumbest man working for the WWE right now.
Come on, dude.
You were in
goes when Matt Hardy tries it and
you were in
Carlito
top
tries it. It doesn't work in your favor when you fight the company publicly.
Man was in top position. He was in the title picture. He had a 5-star match with The Miz on Raw. And what the fuck is he doing now? He's acting like a spoiled brat just because they don't want to push his girlfriend. It's unbelievable. This is the kind of shit that goes on in TNA. And I don't want to see Morrison in TNA because he deserves better than that.
And how many years has Melina been on the main roster anyway, and she's still pissing people off? She's not going to learn.
That's the amazing thing. Melina, she doesn't do anything. She doesn't bring anything to the company. She pisses people off backstage. I have to believe they keep her around simply because she'll fuck the guys.
You know what? And I used to be a pretty big defender of her up until this WrestleMania fiasco happened.
Oh.
Melina, please, you're one of the more talented women there. You can make it to the top if you just apply yourself.
Yeah, don't say, oh, Trish took my spot.
Touting doesn't work in this business.
No kidding. Especially not among the women who, well, it might have changed now that Triple H is heading talent, but when Johnny Ace is around, you're seen as replaceable.
Yeah. And the fact of the matter is with that, to go towards the women on this thing, she tried to say, oh, I wasn't doing it for myself. I was doing it because all of us could have had that spot. It's like, the Bellas? Eve? Fuck you. I'll give you a hint, sweetie. Your title match against Eve got pushed to fucking Raw from a pay-per-view for a reason.
Let's just say that nobody will be buying pay-per-views to watch your retirement match against Lita there, Melina.
No, maybe Ariana from Tough Enough will, but that's about it.
Oh, Melina, she's the future.
Anyways, yes, so the finals of this is John Cena versus R-Truth.
God.
Hello?
And in a WrestleMania repeat, they go to a double disqualification. Because The Miz finally appears on the show he's a champion of, and they attack both of them, forcing it into a triple threat for the title at Extreme Rules.
Did this suddenly become TNA all of a sudden? That is the same shit they've been doing for months! Fucking months!
I don't have a problem with the triple threat, but they just did the double disqualification at WrestleMania. They just did, everything in this match. Why is R-Truth in here? Why is...
No. I'm not okay with this. I am sick of these double DQs during number one contenders matches.
No, I'm done with it too. I mean, they're doing it way too often. Dusty Rhodes is not on your booking committee anymore. Why are you doing this?
So we get the GM and we find out what our pay-per-view is going to be. All right, so it's going to be The Miz, awesome, versus John Cena, cool, versus R-Truth. R-Truth is headlining a pay-per-view for the WWE Championship.
And this isn't like the Elimination Chamber where there were like 5 other guys, so who the fuck cared? This is... Oh!
He's being put on the same level as John Cena and The Miz. I mean, I don't care what your opinion of The Miz is. He's high fucking up there because they've got a lot of faith in him.
Honestly, I believe that R-Truth is getting the push Morrison should have got, and that's part of Morrison's punishment, is that R-Truth is getting his push.
I guarantee you, Vince is in the back, just like, he's talking to John Morrison, like, oh, you see that down there? That could be you, but it's not. If we learn today.
You know what? I have to agree with that. I could totally see Vince doing that. I'm sure you could too, Tifus.
Oh my god.
Anyways, so
I don't even want to imagine it, man.
So that was Raw. It ends with R-Truth getting a title shot. Anyways, so Tough Enough? Anybody watch that?
I did not watch Tough Enough.
I did, but I don't really care to talk about it. Sum it up real quickly. M-Dog 20 got eliminated for not doing his flippy shit to impress people when the only people he had to work with are people that don't know how to, handle that anyway. So, alright, so that was Raw. That was Tough Enough. Revolver Man, any final thoughts on those?
There's not much. Yeah, not really. Though. Hey, I think we lost somebody, Tifus.
Shit, we did. Backlash. You're here, right?
Yeah, I'm here. Where the fuck did Magpie go, though?
Oh, God. I think the finish to Raw broke him.
Well, it would break most people. R-Truth does that.
Well, we can't carry on with just 3 people. That just breaks up the formula we've got.
Exactly.
Who do we got on tap here we can add to this thing real quick?
Let's see here. No. Oh, she's a girl. You certainly can't let her on the air.
Not yet, anyway.
Ayo.
Suffrage has not happened yet in DarkMatch.
Not allow them to vote.
Oh, shit!
Oh!
Ladies and gentlemen, surprise entrant for the Tough Enough finalists. Our very own producer, ALLI, is going to join us.
Here comes
I
the
never
challenger.
saw Tough Enough.
That's okay,
Well,
we're
that's
done
okay. We're going to
recapping
be
Tough
talking
Enough.
about SmackDown.
Yeah, fuck Tough Enough. You're the Tough Enough champion
SmackDown.
anyway.
Yes,
Alright.
you're tough enough, Ollie. Let's do this!
Yes! Alright.
Yeah.
ALLI, start us off with Tough Enough.
I didn't watch Tough Enough.
No, SmackDown!
SmackDown. Alright.
Damn it, we botched his entrance angle.
I blame the finish to Raw. Let's just keep
I didn't
going.
watch SmackDown either.
Forget it. We'll do it live.
Oh, damn it.
Alright, anyway, we'll kick it off here. Shit. They begin with a look back at Edge's victory over Del Rio at WrestleMania. And this segment is brought to you by the official snack of DarkMatch, Doritos!
But you
Now.
already knew that.
Now in Cool Ranch.
Lake Cool Ranch.
Even better.
We'll get to Lake Cool later tonight in the most weirdest way possible.
And brand new dessert flavors, dark chocolate, white chocolate, and Brodus Caramel.
Don't eat it.
I believe dark chocolate's been renamed our chocolate.
Produced exclusively in Oakland, California, so you know it's failed USDA health inspection.
And cocaine.
So we have all our delicious flavors of Del Ritos coming to you soon. But for right now, we must talk about SmackDown.
Anyways, so when basically Alberto kind of has a weird promo, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah. Comes in talking about his destiny again, and how he's the hero of the WWE universe in the locker room. Oh wait, about how they lost their hero. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. And Edge is retiring, and that since he was the last number one contender, he deserves to just have the belt handed to him.
Who do you think you are, Triple H?
Great way to get yourself over as a heel.
That actually is a good way to do it. I mean, that's
classic.
You know, he's the entitled snobbish heel. I mean,
yeah,
that's
he's
Triple H's old gimmick.
Like, it's unbelievable how much better he plays Ted DiBiase than Ted DiBiase does.
It's unbelievable how many people on this roster are playing Ted DiBiase better than Ted DiBiase.
Oh, Ted. Remember when they thought he was going to be the breakout star of Legacy?
Oh, you were wrong, weren't you?
Cody Rhodes, the Jannetty of the new millennium.
And then Cody Rhodes, well, once again, more praise for Cody Rhodes for his ingenious way to work the pretty boy gimmick.
Oh, yeah, he's done awesome with it. But we'll get to him.
Yes. Anyways, so he expects Edge to come out. Fans are chanting for him, but it's not Edge. It's the Magnificent.
It's a swerve.
Teddy Long comes out.
No one saw this coming.
And basically tells him, "No, you're not getting the title. We're gonna have a 20-man over-the-top battle royale." So effectively, they're having a Royal Rumble to decide the second number one contender for Extreme Rules.
That's not a bad way to do it. I mean, that's kind of like a grab bag. That works.
Well, it definitely adds some nice variations, and
it gives a bunch of people you don't normally see, Chavo, a chance to get out there and remind them that they're still employed.
Friggin' both Chavo and Primo have been on TV this week. That is so weird.
It's like
Jay Lethal.
He'll be at He'll be at Lockdown, but for now we've got Jobber Revival on WWE.
Take this chance while it lasts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Primo, well, at least Primo and Chavo still get paid even if they're not on TV.
Yeah. So anyway, Teddy Long comes out and announces that, and that's pretty much that segment.
Mm-hmm.
But Del Rio ends it by saying it was Edge's destiny to end up like a crippled coward. He's really doing a good job with this heel character. I mean,
yes.
I mentioned breaking kayfabe earlier, but really, I mean, this is kind of Edge's way to help do the job to Del Rio on the way out, and I think it's beautiful. It's perfect. You know, the show must go on.
Definitely,
and you know they shook hands and hugged and kissed and all that stuff behind the scenes with the cameras weren't rolling.
Exactly, but as we go out, Teddy cuts him off, saying it's his destiny to shut the hell up, and then we come back with Ezekiel Jackson and his second face in the ring, with the core at the announce table. Well, not really at the announce table, since, two of them are just hanging on somewhere else.
Ezekiel, don't turn around, Jackson.
Hey, thank you, Ali. That's a very good way to put it. Kofi comes out, boom, boom, boom. They cut to a very white redneck-looking guy trying to do the boom, 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 and it doesn't work.
Very bland match from Ezekiel Jackson, but what do you expect? Only really noteworthy spot was when they fall outside the ring, he picks up Kofi and just chucks him at the rest of the core.
It's just a good match.
Yes, I enjoyed it. Kofi.
It could have been better, but it was fun for what I expect out of Ezekiel Jackson.
Well, with Ezekiel Jackson, there's something I like how big he is, but he's not like steroid rippled like say Batista was. But he's a massive dude. Like, and he doesn't come off like Viscera either, which is just fucking scary.
But
he has potential, but he needs to work on his mic skills, as we heard after the match, because he got with the fucking mic, and could anyone even understand what the fuck he said?
I think he said that the core is going to hate me winning the... I don't know.
Maybe he's Ahmed Johnson's secret son.
Oh, that's just being.
It doesn't make sense that he can't work the mic as well as he should be able to, because you can see his brain poking out the back of his head.
Well, maybe we need to, it has to be free. It doesn't get enough air in there. If you cut his skin, it pulls out. He's gonna be like Brainiac, and then that's when he becomes. Once he starts.
I do not need to imagine that.
Yes, imagine Ezekiel Jackson's brain pulsing behind his head.
Yeah. Well, anyway. There's not much else you can say about this segment.
Yes.
But there's plenty we can say about the next segment.
Oh,
because it's Lay Cool's couples therapy session.
Oh.
Okay, I have to admit, I love the fact that Michelle McCool's like, what on earth are we doing here? Like, it's almost as if it's almost as if WWE decided to parody the constant lesbian angles of TNA. And they're having Michelle McCool act as the straight woman.
I think it's hilarious though, because they're actually, everyone rolls their eyes at Lay Cool and like, God, they're so annoying. That's the point. I mean, they're supposed to be like the odd couple sort of right now, and they're supposed to be like the comedic group on the mic, but serious business in the ring is what it's supposed to be. Like, they're supposed to be a serious threat, but they're still supposed to be kind of goofy personality-wise.
Mm-hmm. I mean, most of their heat comes from when they decide to do that stupid let's mic them up while they wrestle crap that they did.
I thought that was funny, especially since they didn't keep doing it. Like, just a one-time thing. And they got their asses handed to them, so they got shut up in that one match when they tried to do that.
But anyway, yeah, so they're going through couples therapy. Michelle McCool thinks this is a joke. Lay Cool is taking this utterly seriously, and I laughed at it.
And they're playing it up on Twitter too. That's the funny part. I mean, if you go to their Twitter accounts, you'll see them tweeting back and forth every now and then, and they're in character, and it's hilarious.
We need to work.
Hey, this isn't TNA. This isn't always shooting, brother.
But yeah, so they're griping about how like Layla mentions her Frankenstein foot, and this segment was just fucking hilarious to me. But then again, I'm one of the few people on this show that enjoys Lay Cool, and always has. So
they're growing on me. I have to admit they are growing on me.
I'm liking this angle there, and I'll say that much.
And they kind of hint that the goofiness in Layla's accent is kind of forced on Michelle nitpicking at her about it.
That accent, that weird accent of hers.
Like, Layla mentions Thelma and Louise, and McCool is like, it's Thelma!
Yeah, they throw off the edge of a cliff.
But since there's always someone in this group that, whenever we watch the show, they're like, wait a minute, why is Layla speaking with a fake British accent? It's like, it's not fake, she really is British.
Well, the thing is, though, she has a real British accent, but she's putting on a fake British accent.
That's the funny part. Everything about it is just fucking goofy as hell.
But going from goofy to unbelievably well done, Cody Rhodes in the ring under the black light, hiding his face, looking like Dr. Doom, being very fucking evil and menacing.
Yeah, he basically just goes on and on about how he wanted vindication for his disfigurement, and he beat Ray, but he doesn't feel like he has it. And he's like, if I win the world title, will that be enough? Very well done.
Then you'll love my looks again. He's hamming it up too, and that's really what you got to do in this circus that is WWE.
Oh, exactly. Like,
you got to push your gimmick to its limits and just be like, what the fuck? Did I really just see what I just saw?
I mean, how many people wrote off dashing Cody Rhodes until he made it work?
Until the second segment that he appeared in. Like the vignettes, like the first time you saw the vignettes, the first couple of them, you're like, why are we watching this? And then the third one, it's like, this is actually kind of funny.
Well, wrestling is in a place for... Oh, crap.
I just love that goofy smile he had on his face, like, oh, I have a toothbrush.
I mean, that's kind of the difference between people like Lay Cool, Cody Rhodes, and Santino versus people like DiBiase, R-Truth, and I'll say it, Evan Bourne.
You like eyebrow wax.
Those last three are handed a gimmick that's kind of like tailor-made just for them. It's like it's perfect for them, and then they don't even apply themselves. They're just kind of like, I've got this gimmick. This is my gimmick. This is my gimmick. React to me. You're not reacting to me. Here's more of my gimmick. And then those other three people, Lay Cool and Santino and Rhodes, they're like, here's my gimmick. Oh my God, this is my gimmick. Ah! And they go nuts with it, and they really just fucking like they drop right into that character and just ham it the fuck up. And
well, that's one thing that so many wrestlers seem to forget about wrestling. There's no such thing as over the top in wrestling.
No, there's really not. I mean, you can push too far in your storyline, Katie Vick.
Well, that was just Vince's insanity on public display. That wasn't.
Still at the time though. At the time though, I know a lot of people are upset by that and annoyed by it and think it's stupid. I thought the Katie Vick segment, even with the simulated rape, I thought that was fucking hilarious.
Well, I admit I laughed very darkly when Triple H threw the spaghetti at the camera.
I thought it was fucking hilarious. Like, everything about that was like, what the fuck? Oh my God. Well, that's my sense of humor right there.
Oh,
raping corpses. This is hilarious. Ha 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 ha.
We apologize for our colleague Tiefus's dark sense of humor, and let us remember that he is defending your freedoms on the battlefield.
For America.
For America. Shit, I'm Canadian.
All right. Well, I moving away from that little bit of what the fuck.
I get a cigarette after that one.
We have. I don't even know.
Composure.
Okay. We have Ray coming down to the ring to chase him off.
I need to do like 7 berries after that.
And the thing that really stuck with me about this is that he hits a 619 into Cody's chest. And isn't that supposed to be like his death blow move? And Cody's
supposed to knock people out when you hit him in the forehead.
He just no-sells it. Like, he gets up.
Ow, my ribs hurt a little bit. I mean, I should have knocked the wind out of him.
He did get disfigured by looking exactly the same, but...
But either way, we cut to commercial after that, and we come back to Rey Mysterio versus Drew McIntyre.
Drew, what have you done with yourself?
Well, this was actually a pretty good match, I thought.
Yeah, it's just Drew's no longer.
Finally, there was a good match with Drew McIntyre involved. I mean, he's another case of, and I kind of blame the backstage issues with his wife for this a little bit, but he's one of those guys that was handed a character, and for a while he was doing something good with it, and then all of a sudden he just kind of stopped. He was just kind of sitting there like, oh, this is my gimmick. And now it's like he's getting back on track. So take that for what you want.
It's good to see guys pull up from the tails, as it were.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, he had to sit there and be in the doghouse for a little bit, but now he's kind of getting himself back on track. He's like, you know what, I can sit here and wallow in this, or I can show them that I deserve to be out of the doghouse.
Exactly.
So, and he's doing that. And I can see a bright future for Drew if he just, drops into his character and rolls with it. So.
Definitely. I guess we'll have to see. But I'm a firm believer that the more people that get over, the better. No matter who they are, even if they're Randy Orton.
Yeah, and there's some people that'll say people like Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre don't have a personality, but they do. It's just not that I'm goofy kind of personality.
I didn't realize I didn't realize that so many people's standards for character was Pee Wee Herman.
Cyborg and Highlander.
That was actually someone I deployed with. They give him a gun.
Oh my God. Oh my God! We apologize to the U.S. military.
Don't. It's our fault. We give him a gun.
For America.
I've been on a firing line next to this guy when we go out to the shooting range, and it's scary because.
Well,
Anyway, this isn't my biography, so let's get back to wrestling.
at least you guys can't hand out miniguns like Predator.
Oh, that's the thing. He had a crew served weapon. He was on the convoy team.
Okay, getting Keith's bizarre military experiences.
That's for another show.
Which I'm pretty sure if he reveals too much of it, he could end up getting his ass court-martialed. Let's move.
No, I couldn't. I just got to change the names to protect the guilty.
Anyways, Drew and Ray, actually, not much to say about it. I mean, they both
good match is good match. What else can we say?
Hey, SmackDown's on in Spanish. Maybe I could watch it there.
It was a solid match, and Drew really delivered.
A bit of an aside, but I have to say, it's good to see SmackDown getting back into SmackDown rather than this being the Raw recap show.
Yeah, I mean, the only real recap stuff was about Edge, and I can deal with that.
Right, but remember, like, leading up to WrestleMania, like, the SmackDown after WrestleMania, it was nothing.
Well, that's how it is. For, like, the last 4 weeks before WrestleMania, Raw is all fresh material, and SmackDown is all recap, and then the last 2 weeks, everything is just recap. And that's just leading up to WrestleMania. That's how it's always been.
I know, I'm not dogging on that. I'm just saying I'm glad to see SmackDown back being SmackDown.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people, like, pissing and moaning about that, and it's just like, guys, relax. This is not a permanent thing. This is what they always do. This time of year, and it goes back to what it was before. So it's fine.
Exactly.
And this match was great. We keep saying that, and moving on from the match, which was a pretty intense, good match for not really having anything riding on it. It's time for Booker T and Josh to talk about Edge.
Booker said he wrestled Edge at WrestleMania 18. I'm trying to...
Yep.
Was that true? I don't remember that match. What was it?
I think he did.
It was WrestleMania 18. They were feuding over the shampoo commercial.
The Japanese shampoo commercial, which we conveniently never saw, and when they translated it to the Japanese broadcast, was that American shampoo commercial.
Oh my goodness! Yes, now I can see why Booker didn't say the reason why they were wrestling at WrestleMania.
Yes, for those of you not familiar, here's the setup. The whole thing was that Tajiri, if you remember him, was setting up this Japanese shampoo commercial with I don't know if it was like his brother was a producer or something, and they originally picked Booker T, but his gimmick was that he's acting like a drama queen making all these demands, and then eventually later on the show they're talking with Edge, and it's like, oh, you have such great hair, you'll be perfect, and then Booker T is like, you gonna pay, sucker, and they had a really good match at WrestleMania 18. We should actually watch that in the after show.
I agree.
Kind of an Edge tribute.
I have to agree, but that reminds me of the other great, good match, but was premeditated on a really stupid reason. The infamous Kane Jericho "I spilt coffee on you" feud.
I fucking love that shit. I mean, that's another example of you get handed a shitty gimmick or a shitty storyline, and you just make fucking gold out of it.
Well, that was because Jericho had I don't know if it was the SmackDown before WrestleMania, but he had this fucking hilarious promo where it was all of Kane photoshopped in these various images and shit.
Yeah. And there's the part where, I mean, and this is where the intensity really gets turned up on it. I mean, they had a shitty start to it, and they just ran with it. Jericho goes flying through a plate glass window. And from that point on, I was like, man, I got to get into wrestling, and I got to be the first guy on WrestleMania to get slapped through a glass table. That was my dream for about 3 years. But with the Edge and Booker T shampoo commercial, it's like, we're feuding over a shampoo commercial. I'm going to destroy you at WrestleMania.
And you know what? I want you dead because of it.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious shit. It's like you can't all have winners, but that doesn't mean you can't have fun with everything.
Exactly.
So they show some scenes of Edge walking through the back and shaking hands with various people like Dean Malenko and Stryker and Chavo Guerrero.
Dean Malenko.
And,
I'm surprised they showed him because although
he's an agent.
Yeah, he's a very respected backstage agent, but most people, at least most fans today, don't remember him.
Well, they kind of walk a fine line of gearing it towards the new fans that don't know that backstage, that old stuff, and still like throwing old stuff in there to treat the older fans and get the younger fans asking, "Who's that?" And so then there's like people educating each other.
Mm-hmm. I guess that makes sense. And it's always good to see Dean Malenko back on the TV, even if he doesn't have that awesome theme song anymore.
Yeah.
Wow.
Walking around with like 7 divas.
That was the best thing ever.
Inexplicably, I've got everyone's girlfriend hanging on my arms.
Oh,
You're not James Bond, no matter how much the commentators say you're the James Bond of the WWE. You're not. Do you have a golden gun? No, shut up.
After being completely treated like crap in WCW, you gotta know he loved fucking doing that. Acting like the suave, ladies, playboy man.
That's because he was doing something.
Even if it was on Heat, he was still doing something.
Yeah. I mean...
Oh, yes, older fans or younger fans, I should say, who might be listening, Heat used to matter.
Yeah. Sunday Night Heat used to matter. Kind of like Superstars should matter. You should watch it whenever you get the chance. You see some funny, non-important stuff, but it's still good stuff.
Like, I remember one Heat where there was the feud for a one-night feud between fucking Kurt Angle, the champion, and Crash Holly, and he had a title shot in that show. And it went to it was like a 20-minute match. I mean, they were seriously acting like fucking Crash Holly could win the championship.
But,
he wouldn't, but they had us convinced for a moment.
But yeah, we're digressing again. ALLI, you want to take this next part?
About the Superstars comment, it'll be on the internet.
Yeah, do that. Look it up. YouTube! YouTube!
Anyways.
What's next?
Anyways, after one of those stupid Did You Know WWE factoids, we cut back to Edge making his way to the ring with Tony Chimel's voice actually starting to break as he announces for the last time the Rated R Superstar.
Rated R Superstar!
Thank you, ALLI.
That's about how it sounded, too. I shouldn't laugh at that, but ALLI, you make me laugh.
Yes, you are a very good producer, ALLI. It's good to finally have you on the show.
Yeah.
What am I producing?
Damn it, don't ruin it!
Now and then.
Don't break kayfabe, damn it.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, we got a few people sitting in on every call, and they kind of feed us lines every now and then. We run with them. So.
Yes, we're not as funny as you think we are, and God.
It's all in the delivery.
Exactly.
It's a work.
It's all the work.
Yeah, so anyway, Edge comes out, and, it's another good little speech, and you guys gotta go online and watch it. He recaps his career again in a different way instead of talking about the people he's had feuds with, talking about some of his accomplishments. So, TLC, his match with The Undertaker. It was another very touching speech. And he finishes up, and as the fans are chanting, "Thank you, Edge," he puts the title belt on the turnbuckles and walks up the ramp one last time to come out to his music one last time. And they do that for him. And that's pretty much it. It was a touching moment.
And this is where we learn that Edge has won 31 titles in the WWE.
And we've actually been confirmed he never did win the European title.
Oh, that's such a disappointment.
And in the last 5 years, 21 times.
Yeah. So, yeah. He leaves the belt in the center of the ring, and he goes over and gives his mom a hug, and she's at ringside, front row. And that's
he turns on him. No!
And we get a nice segue into WWE's next movie, That's What I Am, featuring Randy Orton.
And it's
with
usually
one line.
Whenever we see the new trailer for the new WWE movie, we are always asking one question at the end. what the fuck is this movie about?
You have to go and see to find out.
Like, if I recall, Randy Orton only appears for like 3 seconds of the trailer, and it's like a fucking 2-minute trailer.
Yeah.
I'm Randy Orton.
And most of it's taken up by Richie Cunningham's illegitimate offspring. And
I guess it's an anti-bullying movie, which means
that's
there's
what it is.
there's like three different things going on. Like the first part is like a coming of age, this young kid, and he wants he's gonna get the girl or whatever, and then it segues into like, oh, your science partner is this really tall, goofy looking kid who gets picked on all the time. And it's like, oh, I gotta understand him. And like, oh, it's about friendship and all that nice shit. And then it's like, hey, the teacher's having sex with one of his students or something.
yeah, that was.
And his students are all like 13.
Yeah, like that was kind of a fucking out of nowhere moment.
Groovy.
And then Randy Orton
I'm
shows
picking
up.
up good vibrations.
And then we discover that apparently WWE has hacked the Nickelodeon computers and stolen all their fonts. Because the title of the movie, I can't remember what it was, That's What I Am?
That's what I am.
Was written like it was a fucking Nickelodeon special.
It feels like they're rolling Legendary and Tooth Fairy and
Knucklehead.
The Chaperone all into one movie.
Didn't they steal the font from Saved by the Bell for Bobby Lashley's old Titantron?
I think they did, yeah.
Oh, that's...
Wow.
Damn it, WWE. You see, this is... And as most of you probably know, WWE is abandoning wrestling as fast as they can, and apparently That's What I Am is going to spearhead this effort. Guys,
Because it's only featuring a superstar in a somewhat minorish role. It's
as
not
far as I
starring.
can tell, Randy Orton has a bit almost cameo part.
Yeah.
I am Randy Orton.
So, yeah. I mean...
My son is the bully in this movie. This is it for me. Bye.
Aren't you supposed to be acting?
See that they make it so that the really weird, tall-looking kid grows up to be Randy Orton.
Yeah. But we go back to Edge walking through the backstage and saying hi to people and says hi to Rosa Mendez, and she's like being kind of sexual towards him almost. Kind of an awkward moment because as far as I know, he's still married.
Maybe his current wife has realized Edge is just going to be Edge.
Yeah. Kind of a reverse Morrison Molina thing. I don't know.
Well, at least Edge won't ruin your career further.
Well, his career's already over. There's not much left to ruin.
You know what I mean.
He managed to not let it ruin his career.
Well,
in fact, if you remember correctly, it kind of elevated his
I
career.
was just about to say, him sleeping around was a good thing.
Yeah.
So
If you think about it, he kind of did sleep his way to the top. Big proud.
Right in the middle of the ring on a live broadcast, too.
Yeah, that actually got WWE almost banned in Canada.
But he turns around and there's
No one
Del
cares
Rio
about
right
Canada.
in his face. And Del Rio offers his hand and Edge just walks away.
Oh.
And it's just like, I'm so awesome. But you already
I
knew
didn't
that.
wash it.
Oh.
Anyways, we get
It's Kelly versus Layla! Hooray!
You know what? You mentioned that Backlash, and I was just about to say how much you can tell the difference between how much fun we have talking about this show as opposed to Impact, and then you go and mention this.
God.
I will say, between Kelly, Layla, and Michelle McCool, these are three divas that have really elevated their game since they joined the main roster.
I have to agree with that.
They're not. Layla, I think the most. Michelle was already pretty good when she started out, but she still elevated her game a lot.
Well, with Kelly, she went from being unable to take off her own bra to now.
Yeah.
That was her first segment, ladies and gentlemen. Her failing to take off her bra on ACW.
Yeah, But if you remember back, though, and I'm not going to say Kelly's on Trish Stratus level or ever will be. I don't know. I'm not saying she's not going to be. I'm not saying she's going to. But
She has...
Where she and Trish Stratus started out is pretty much the same place. Eye candy on the outside of the ring, and they kind of learned how to wrestle and succeeded at it.
I will say she has the potential to be mediocre.
No,
I think she already is mediocre. I think she has the potential to be at least, a convincing wrestler.
She can be decent.
Yeah, she could be convincing. Like if she, it's not too late for her to really apply herself and become an actual championship material or anything like that. I'm surprised they haven't put the title on her already.
They put it on the freaking Bella Twins.
Yeah, that kind of shocks me. And in fact, I would have been the first thing that leapt to my mind when Brie Bella won the Divas title is Kelly hasn't held this belt yet, and you're putting it on her. And that's
like I said,
look at it. That's kind of an insult. That's kind of not an insult. It's kind of a compliment. But
my line of thinking is they're putting it on the Bella Twins so they can have Awesome Kong come out and kill both of them for the title. That's my guess, because I really can't see any other reason why they want to.
Yeah, I can see a handicap match in the future just to emphasize Kong's dominance over the Bellas.
Oh, total, double choke slam. I could see her breaking out a double choke slam on those two.
We have something to look forward to, at least.
But unless they decide to have Brie Bella completely squash Awesome Kong.
Yeah. That.
Yeah, but Russo's not. Russo
don't remind me of things that they're willing to do.
Yeah, but just remember, Johnny Ace isn't running the show anymore. It's Triple H, and he's smarter than that.
Yeah. But
anyways, so the match ends with Kelly winning, and once again, I don't know if this is the finalized breakup, but basically, Michelle McCool pushes Layla around and is unhappy she lost again. And then we go back to commercial, and
you're the reason I suck.
And then the recap is Jerry Lawler being Swagger to set up the tag match at Extreme Rules.
And you gotta the whole thing about this was Booker T at the announce table. It's like, Cole, how stupid can you be? Hitting up the man who's supposed to be helping you.
I love that echo.
But once again, why was my idea of Cole starts with a bomb around his neck match not fucking put into this?
Oh. God. I don't know, but Cole apologizes profusely to Jack Swagger through the camera. And it's like, oh, I need you.
You're my everything. But, so we start the main event. You
are the wind beneath my ring.
Oh. Somebody get me some milk.
Oh, damn you.
You know what? You know what the amazing thing is? For all the fucking avoiding we actually enjoyed this show.
It was a good show. Mostly because it brings back, it kind of forces you to come back to these fond memories, and that's the way it should be.
Exactly.
I hate the fact it's a good show. That means we have nothing to complain about.
Yet somehow we still have worked almost 2 hours out of this.
So, yeah.
Number one Battle Royal contender. Here are everyone who's in it. The Big Show. Kane, Justin Gabriel, Heath Slater, Jack Swagger, Wade Barrett, Brodus Clay, Christian, Ezekiel Jackson, Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, Yoshi Tatsunui, Kofi Kingston, Rey Mysterio, Tyler Rex, Chris Masters, Chavo Guerrero, Kirk Hawkins, Trent Barrett, and TGG!
Does that mean there's 2 Kofi Kingstons?
Sigh.
Basically, nobody you care about except Christian.
Anyway,
we missed it somewhere, but somewhere in this all the stuff, backstage stuff with Edge shaking people's hands, he came face to face with Kane and shook his hand.
Oh yes, we forgot to say that.
I don't know how we missed that, but yeah, it was.
Didn't you kill my father? Oh, that's cool.
It's like the fifth time he's died. So I mean, I think Kane's kind of numb to parental death at this point.
He would get back to being buried in concrete. I think he could survive that little fall he took.
Yeah, no kidding.
He's been hit by a truck. He's fallen off cliffs. He's been burned alive. He's been buried in concrete. Kane had his own other parents burned alive. So I mean, just another day in the life of Kane.
When they do Kane's retirement, they should do it completely comedy, like him at like a fucking psych where they advise him to finally retire so he gets away.
Complete with Weird Al overplay music. Do you have the time to listen to me whine?
Oh, and the ghost of Paul Bearer just nods slowly.
Yes, have the ghost of Paul Bearer just like stare at him intently for thinking of retiring.
Yeah, it's not going to be a Kane retirement unless they bring Tori back.
Oh.
To give him one last hug.
Wait, nope, they're gonna. Nope. You know what the final retirement angle's gonna be? They're going to reveal Katie Vick wasn't killed.
Yeah.
And so Kane marries Katie Vick and they leave happily ever after.
Yeah.
Book
And
it.
then they get hit by a truck. And everybody shrugs and it's never mentioned again.
Anyway.
So, like
the match.
Like most over-the-top battle royals, basically every undercarder is thrown out in the first 10 minutes. Or 5 minutes, I mean.
But pretty much everyone gets a spot.
Yes,
I mean,
so, if I recall, the final four was Swagger, Christian, Ray, and who else?
Justin Gabriel. And Justin Gabriel actually turned on...
Masters was down there.
Oh, yes, Masters was. So,
But
okay,
we do got to mention that, though. We do got to mention that, though. The core was not cohesive at all in this.
No.
Yeah, Justin Gabriel, he threw Wade Barrett out.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
And he was the last core member in there because Zeke got eliminated by Big Show, who eliminated himself in the process.
Did he walk over the top rope?
No.
No.
He clotheslined Zeke and just went with him. So
This was a bad idea.
It's incredible how often, it's incredible how often that happens in an over the top, isn't it?
I immediately regret my decision.
But yeah, so basically, yeah, it was Christian, Swagger, Justin, and Rey Mysterio. But yes, freaking Chris Masters was one of the final six. I think he was tossed. I think he was tossed by Barrett, who was then tossed by Gabriel. And that's how.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, it was a pretty good finish once they got the jobbers out of there.
Yeah. So one of the more funny spots was that Jack Swagger was set up for the 619 by Rey Mysterio, and then all of a sudden, fucking Cole jumps out of the mine and then covers up Swagger, so he takes the 619 on his back.
And he sells it like a mother too.
Yeah, he did not get up until the cameras turned off.
Yeah, he was down for the count.
And he took it on the back too, and it was funny because when Cody took it in the chest.
Did you just say Cole took it on the back?
Yeah.
Well, that move does disfigure people, so.
Well, it ranges from disfiguring people to slightly bruising the rib cage without causing any serious injury.
I was just about to say, Cody didn't seem to mind it very much when he got hit in the chest.
Yeah.
But
Comes back with a chest protector. What did you do to me?
That would be hilarious. If he comes out with, like, fucking bronze breastplate, you disfigured my abs!
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, eventually, by that point, he's going to start looking like a fucking gladiator. Cody Rhodes, the gladiator!
But yeah, we get down to the final two, and it's Christian and Jack Swagger.
Mm-hmm.
And Del Rio gets involved and is holding Christian on the outside, trying to help Swagger eliminate him. But
Wait. We forgot to mention Swagger is fucking through the ropes ankle lock.
Oh, yeah.
this weird fucking. He had him up to his chin in the ropes, it was the weirdest thing I've ever seen somebody try to do, and
but it was effective.
It did work, but once again, it shows that Swagger has no idea how to put on the ankle lock.
How is it that hard?
How do you not? I mean, that's all that move is.
Grab ankle. Do nothing.
Pushes his wrist into it for some strange reason.
So as a twist, it's still effective.
I guess, but he's going to hurt himself in the long run. But yeah, Del Rio comes out.
Like Angle never hurt himself in his career. Come on.
Well, I hope
somehow he'll end up hurting his own ankle while doing it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but I'm just we can always hope that Swagger doesn't need his little daughter to fucking inject drugs into his spine so he can get up in the morning.
Oh, no, my Achilles tendon.
Anyway, it fucking,
Guys, I'm gonna have to retire and relinquish the title because I hurt my wrist.
So let's try and get to the finish of SmackDown. Del Rio, he comes in trying to pull Christian off the apron, and it doesn't work. Swagger goes for like a clothesline. Christian pulls the ropes down, and Swagger goes right the fuck over the top.
And right into Del Rio.
And you see all three guys, including Cole, just fucking dead on the apron.
And then they get hit by a truck. Wait.
That's the end of the match. Christian is the winner, and will face Del Rio. Yeah, Edge comes out to celebrate with him, and it's going to be Christian and Del Rio for the world title. Never thought you'd see that happen in WWE, did you?
You know what? I think Christian's going to go over.
I hope he does.
It's about time, really.
You know what? Either way, I don't care who wins this match. Whoever wins it's going to deserve it.
Yeah, that's true. This is kind of unless they go for a double DQ.
How do you do that in a ladder match, though?
They both grab the title, so they're both champions.
Or they do what happened with Hardy did. They drop it, then they have to put it back up.
Be like every TNA ladder match or X Division match.
Remember when they both dropped, but they didn't pull it down?
I barely took a bump and it shook the belt loose.
Yeah, so ultimately, I think WWE was pretty good this week.
Yeah, it was. It was fun to watch.
Yes.
In the moment, you see things, you're like, what the fuck? But then you look back on it, you're like, okay, I get it.
So it's funny, and you know what? Wrestling needs to be more funny sometimes. And like good funny, not Russo funny.
Yeah, well, I think that's all we've got for now. Shall we finish with a game of what gets more screen time than Jay Lethal?
Sounds good.
All right, I'll start us off. White men who can't dance get more screen time than Jay Lethal.
The shampoo angle between fucking Booker and Edge gets more screen time than Jay Lethal.
Oh, shit.
The door frame.
The wrong show!
The Ghost of Paul Bearer.
Appearance in That's What I Am gets more screen time than Jay Lethal.
But just by a bit. Just by a tiny bit.
Yep.
Dean Malenko gets more screen time than Jay Lethal.
Ooh. Paul Bearer.
Paul Bearer's dummy gets more screen time than Jay Lethal.
Paul Bearer's ghost.
Oh, that was the dark match. I'm the Revolver Man.
I'm Tifus.
I'm your Foxy friend Backlash.
I'm Clone Magpie.
Oh.
Ooh.
Damn, Alan.
Good night.
What's your real name, motherfucker?
Say it.
Say it.
I can't.
Say
Yes,
it.
you can!
I'm Ollie.
Thank you, and that was the dark match. Good night, and good luck.
Have fun.